Hi Dan, here we are again. It's been a long season and I'm sure there's much on your mind as we try to call closure. Your thoughts?
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, the Springboks have run their course. They're over the last hurdle, although they tripped at the last hurdle and lost to England. We were all very disappointing. And the feeling was that we probably should have won, given our dominance in the second half. Big problems in the first half, but then we were all over England. And to me, that indicated a problem in the way we play at the moment, that we don't manage to convert the possession we have and the territorial advantages we have into points. And that was throughout this whole period. We were unable to do that. And whatever anybody says, that England scored 3 tries to 1, and I always say that's very good, and you give a side credit for that. And they scored 3 quite easy tries, which is a big worry as well. And I thought, we are often very critical of Eddie Jones, but all credit to him. He worked out a way to beat the Springboks method. For one, England kicked the ball as much as we did, or even more than we did, and Eddie says kicking is boring, but they did it very well. But the key thing for me is that when they did have the ball, they took the ball deep, and the idea there for me was that they would expose our very shallow defensive lines and our in-tackling. It's a very risky thing to do, to take the ball deep, but then with run rounds and skip passes, they did it exceptionally well, and they worked the ball to the outside very easily. And so all credit, they found a way to beat the Springboks defence. And I think the Springboks are very uncomfortable with their other team standing so deep and not right in their faces. So there it's done. The test season is over. Now for me, there are a couple of worries that I have. Everybody, I think, agrees that the Springboks have done phenomenally. They won the World Cup in November 2019. They then didn't play again until July 2021. Now that's an incredible amount of time to be out of the game. They also had a lot of injuries. DAN Vermeulen wasn't available, Archie Snyman, Cheslin Colby, Faf de Klerk went down. These are key players. But maybe the record is not what it should be, and we should be a bit more realistic about this. So we played in that period from the World Cup victory to the last England test. We played 13 tests, of which we won 8 and lost 5. That's not a particularly good record. But the worry of that is, of 7 of those 13 tests were played outside of South Africa. And of those 7 tests, we lost 4 of them. So that I think, to me, is a red flag. And the average score is no better than 24-19. So I'm disappointed that the Springboks on the last tour didn't seek some renewal, didn't bring in some new faces. I think it's time to move on. I think the way we play has become hackneyed, and the coaches are starting to work us out. There was also an incident where Australia beat us by quite a margin, and with Craig Cooper at fly half, and Australia played a similar game by trying to outflank us and got it right. For England, 2 fine young players have emerged. Marcus Smith, the fly-off, nice, tidy fly-off, old-fashioned fly-off, tremendous goal kicker, and the fullback, Freddie Stewart. He looks like we're going to hear a lot about him as we go ahead. And then to move into the Springboks record, we lost to the All Blacks, we lost to the British Lions, we lost twice to Australia, and that's a real worry. Why do Australia keep beating us? But all in all said, I think it was well done. I don't think we maybe have a handle on just how hard it was to be constantly locked in and behind closed doors, and having to deal with not seeing your family, not being able to do the things you normally do. So that I think is all kudos to the Springboks. Now looking ahead, I have a worry. I think we need to find a fly half. There's no fly-off coming up under Pollard and Yankees. There's no young fly-off that is absolutely saying, I'm the next Springbok number 10. I think we might end up with a bit of a problem at scrum half, where we maybe need more reliable players in those positions. We need to find replacements for Frans Steyn, for Willie Leroux, for DAN Vermeulen. They're all past 30. And 2023, we might need those players. So hopefully, by the time Wales turn up next year, we'll have gone ahead and given some other guys a run and started rebuilding our side, rejuvenating our side. And then at this time of the year, what do we do? We say, all the best for the holidays, have a fabulous time. And from me and from Mark, after this very long and very trying 2021, may 2022 be a much better year, and all your dreams come true. So from me, fluit, my story is uit.
Baie dankie Dan, tot ziens.